Hey Monarchs,
Hey Monarchs.
Hey Monarchs.
Hey Monarchs.
Hey Monarchs.
we're on a mission to hit 500 members before the first game.
And we need your help to get there.
The first 20 members to refer a new member receive a signed football by your favorite ODU Monarch.
New members get their first month of membership free when you sign up before August 30th.
Your support builds the legacy and fuels the next generation of Monarchs. Go Monarchs.
The following presentation is brought to you by the Pride of ODU, the official NIL collective of Old Dominion Athletics. Be a Monarchist. Join the Pride.
And we're here with Old Dominion quarterback Colton Joseph. Heading into year 2 as a starter, how different is that for you? Because you've really never been in that position before, even in high school.
Yeah, so, everything's just a little different, preparation-wise, even just walking around the building, everything's just a little different, knowing that there's a lot of pressure, but that comes with privilege, pressure's privilege. So, every day I come in to, come in early, get my work in, get my film in, and, that kind of just helps me get throughout the day, and every day is a blessing. So, blessed to be in the spot I'm in, and it's a good vibe.
So how different is it for you and your interaction with your teammates now that they know you're the guy?
I wouldn't say it's too different. Everyone, we're all brothers at the end of the day. So everyone, it's not too, there's not a hierarchy. There's there's not like much of a, oh, he's the guy or oh, he's not the guy. Like it's,
Right.
Everyone's kind of just fluid. Our locker room is really, I like our culture a lot. It's been building, since I've been here the past 2 years, and I feel like our brotherhood and our locker room's at a really good spot right now. And everyone kind of just, everyone's boys at the end of the day.
All right, so let's talk about the offensive line. Obviously, there's been some changes there this offseason. You'll have a new center this season, likely Ryan Joyce. How has it been working with Ryan so far?
It's great. He's a great guy, super smart. So I can always trust that I know what he's doing, with the protection, with the run game. I know who he's IDing, all that kind of stuff. And, he's a funny guy. He's a, really good guy to be around. So I'm confident in him and his abilities.
Awesome. So everyone's working on their body in the offseason. What were your biggest goals in the gym this offseason?
Probably my biggest goals were, build some leg strength. That always helps. The throwing motion starts from the floor, ground up, and arm strength as well. The quarterback's always trying to build arm strength no matter what. It's just the name of the game, and it's been going well. We've been grinding every day, lifting, running, throwing. So I feel like this offseason went really well.
All right, and then the wide receiver position. Last year we had a very short group. We had maybe one guy over 6 foot tall. This year it's a little different where there's not many guys under 6 feet tall. How different is that standing at the line and seeing these tall trees on the boundaries?
Yeah, no, it's definitely, it's not a bad sight to look out there and knowing that your receiver on average is a couple inches taller than most DBs out there. And I'm not only their height, but I'm really confident in their skill sets. Each one of them is a little different, and that I think that's good to complement each other. So it's not only going to be one guy that I'm going to. It's going to be ball. I feel like the ball is going to be spread around a lot. Anyone who we put out there to line up, I feel like they're going to do their job and they're going to win. And it's really good to see and be confident in your guys.
All right, there's not much known about this running back group because really just Devin and Markey and Troy Marquez are the returners. A lot of new guys at the position. What could you tell us about this running back group?
They're all really, they're competing right now, So we'll see this fall camp, training camp. We'll see how they do. I love all the guys there. They're all really good guys. really athletic. It all comes down to who can, run the plays the best, who's going to be there every step of the way, who I can trust, and who the coaches can trust, most importantly. But no, I'm really whoever's back there next to me. I'm fully confident they're going to be able to do their job.
All right, and finally, tight ends. Last year you had a great relationship with Pat Conroy. Obviously, that was clear to everybody. This year, you have Jalen Butler back, who we know can block, but hasn't really been allowed to be a pass catcher much in his past. What can you tell us about this tight end group led by Jalen?
Yeah, so tight ends, I see them working every day. They're always trying to come out. They're always asking me if I can throw them some extra balls after a lift or a run, or they just spot catch, all that kind of stuff. Always see them, lifting heavy and getting their work in. So I really like these guys a lot, and their abilities are going to be, we're going to use them a lot for sure. So I doubt you'll see one guy out there the entire time. I really am confident that our tight ends are just going to be there and available all the time.
All right, so let's go back to you playing quarterback. Obviously, it's one of the most difficult positions to play in football. There's a lot of pressure put on the quarterback position. But what would you tell people is the hardest thing about playing quarterback at the Division I level?
Hardest thing? I would say the hardest thing, generally for where I see most quarterbacks struggle is holding their poise in games. You could be down 30 points, but you still got to come back firing, getting the offense fired up, even if the team's down. I feel like it's up to the quarterback to kind of lift everybody up and kind of try to lead everyone to, everyone has the same goal. You always want to win. You always want to score. And it's really important that the quarterback is the one, juicing everyone up and bringing love and juice to the team, firing everyone up. So I'd say that's more of like a mental side of the game. That's what I would say.
And that kind of leads into the next question of what is the most rewarding thing about playing the position?
Most rewarding thing, I would say, is just seeing your teammates happy, seeing the coaches happy, producing yards and touchdowns and all that's good stuff. But at the end of the day, it's the brotherhood. At times, it's going to get bad. That's just how football goes. You're gonna be in valleys. You're gonna be super high in peaks, but you kind of just got to stay consistent, and everything will work itself out. And the most rewarding part is just seeing everyone happy, seeing the program, boost up, seeing all the fans at the stadium, getting home, seeing my family, all that kind of stuff.
Awesome. So we always try to do a little fun, weird questions. So let's say there's a zombie apocalypse.
All right.
You get to pick 3 teammates. You got to think about what kind of life you're in this zombie apocalypse. So you got to think about the right skill set. Who are you picking to go with you to fight these zombies?
3 teammates. All right. I'd probably pick Connor Drake. He's my roommate. Big guy, but he knows his way around some survival situations. I'd think. I'd say so. I hope so. And he's an offensive lineman, so they always want to protect me. So that's good. Who else would I bring? That's a good question. I might just pick all offensive linemen just to protect me at that point.
Smart.
Let's go Zach Barliff. Always got to have the blind side protected. Never know when a zombie's going to be at your 6. So we'll get Barliff in there. And then we'll go, who else? Let's go. I'll take TJ Lott.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think he, you know, fast player on the field, but off the field too. He ain't getting caught by no zombies. He's not getting caught. And, you know, I feel like he'll be a good distraction running around.
I appreciate how much thought you put into
Yeah.
this answer. It's awesome. All right, and then, so have you ever seen the movie Freaky Friday?
No, I haven't.
So it's a silly movie where a mom and a daughter switch places for like a week. But the mom is in the daughter's body, so her brain is and then the daughter's brain is essentially in the mother's body. They have to go about their day-to-day business without being caught before they switch back. They learn life lessons along the way, and they end up bonding more. But that's kind of the premise of this question. You have to pick a coach to switch positions with for a week. And then the question is, who would get you caught first? Because you don't want to get caught. And then who would do the better job?
So who would I want to switch with?
Yeah.
And so we're trying to hide it.
Yep.
That we're switched. All right. Let's see. That's another good question.
I mean, you got two former quarterbacks on staff. So if they switch with you, they would at least be able to run the offense.
That's true. Yeah, I'd probably go with Coach Deck if that's the case, for sure, because he'll know what to do in my shoes, and I guess put me at OC, and I'd call some plays, you know. I'd love to do that.
Now, the more important question is who's doing the better job? Deck as you or you as Deck? And if you want to say plead the fifth, I understand.
He probably wouldn't like this, but I'd say I do the better job just because I'd like to say I'm confident in my play calling.
Awesome. All right. So this season, obviously, it's a big one for you. Your second year as the starting quarterback. Tough schedule ahead of you. What have you and your teammates set as the goal for this year?
Sun Belt Championship. That's one and only goal right there.
Awesome. Do you have a message for the fans?
You know, come support, come out. You know, it's going to be a great year. We love you guys, every single one of you. And go Monarchs.
Go Monarchs.